Still ain't subscribed yet, right? What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy ETGJ. Man, we back with another video, man. And we come on hard. We come on hard, man, because we got some more Adam 22. That's one of our most viewed videos within the last couple that we done posted. Y'all seen the like these Adam 22, these guests coming on and asking Adam some tough questions, putting some pressure on Adam. I like it too. Adam is a great interviewer and conversationalist, and he understands the assignment of who he has on his platform. So I'm excited to see this. I haven't seen this video, so I'm ready to see it. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. Let's hop right into it.
Adam, I'm concerned about you, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I figured this was going to be some sort of intervention.
It's an Adamvention that's happening right now.
I'm doing better than ever.
How are you doing better than ever, Adam?
Mentally, I feel strong. I feel fortified.
Right.
On the mic, doing.
Harold, your wife just got demolished by a torpedo, and you doing better than ever. You doing better than ever, and your wife just got that's a whole nother video. I don't even want to go back on that.
Doing what I was born to do, I feel more confident and full of vigor than I've ever felt before.
Right.
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good. Adam, I'm concerned about you, bro. I'm concerned that you really been on some white devil lately, man.
Really?
Yeah.
What moments?
And I also didn't tell y'all who this is. This is Van Lathan. Van Lathan is I want to say like a music exec, and with like Sony. I want to say, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't do any research on him. I just know the name and know he deals a lot with music, and he has a big, he's responsible for music.
The No Jumper cinematic universe got you to that conclusion.
See, No Jumper cinematic universe. I actually feel like I came up
The
with
White Devil's crazy.
It's I feel like I was so into the No Jumper verse, the No Jumper cinematic universe, because you got your whole multiverse, but
you're right.
Probably not true.
No, but there was a moment where I realized that Andrew Schultz was very invested in what was going on here, and then there was a moment where I realized you were really paying attention, but to a way more serious level than what Andrew Schultz
every
knew.
Clip, every interview during the height of the Jumperverse, because really the Jumperverse now is much like the MCU, because the MCU started and they built their whole thing up. Then they had Avengers Endgame, where everyone fought, and then some people left.
What was your favorite MCU or Marvel movie, and what was your favorite Avengers? Mine gonna have to be. I like Iron Man. Iron Man. And my favorite Avengers easily gonna have to be Endgame. Infinity or Endgame. Both fire. But Iron Man is fire. He didn't even have to have powers. How gangster is that? He was the best one on the team. He didn't even have powers. He was just smart and rich.
The MCU, and some people now we got new heroes.
For the record, never seen a single Marvel film ever.
Well, I could tell you ain't got no imagination. You all up. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like you would have that type of fun. That's too.
I hate those movies. I've tried to watch them a few times. I don't get it.
That's probably too wholesome fun for you. You probably out there.
Just
you want to out there.
He is
3 legs.
Right
that's
now.
Probably your idea of fun.
He is shooting right now.
Real
shade.
Well, so what's a real movie then?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies.
You don't watch a lot of movies. Okay, so
really
like I said, I like
documentaries.
You like a different type of fun.
Yeah. It needs to be real for me to get invested in it.
Like you like going down. You probably like tonight, Leonard. What we're gonna do is we're gonna
porn is his content. He like to watch.
Get off on K. And we're gonna go down to Skid Row and just chill around and see what we can see and vlog about it. That's
I have very low risk tolerance at this point in my life. I would never do something like that.
Yeah. Let me come back to the White Devil.
They'll eat me alive down
So
there.
this is my thing, bro.
Running a small business takes grit and determination, and a fast, reliable communication solution from Spectrum Business. Just $49.99 a month for 300 megabits per second internet when bundled with Spectrum Business Connect, plus a free mobile line. All from Spectrum Business.
Too. Oh, snap. I almost kind of. I ain't gonna watch it.
You was always on your cool whiteboard, right? And the cool whiteboard was working. Now I'm looking at you, and it seems like you wilding a little bit, bro.
Well, what got you to that conclusion?
So a couple of things. Number one, the Ruger thing was bad, bro. That was bad. How did he go?
He's a grimy GD, that one.
See, you throwing out people's gangs. This is what I'm talking about.
I gotta keep it 1,000.
This is the new Adam.
I see what he's saying now.
I see what he's saying.
No, I'm not gangbanging.
Calling out, saying he's a grimy GD is a little bit. Why?
He knows.
I know, but why? When he was here and he said straight up, for somebody that comes from Chicago, because we did hip hop homicides and I was there in Chicago seeing how things go. When he said he did not want to talk about beef, why did you press him? It almost looked like you wanted.
Did you watch the interview?
I did watch the whole thing.
Right. How many gang-related or op-related questions do you really feel like I asked during that?
Not that many.
Yeah, like 1 or 2.
But he asked for 0, so why couldn't you oblige him?
Right, that's insane. If I had actually took him at his word right there, I would have probably.
No. Okay. Some people gonna get mad, right, and feel like Adam, like you wrong. He wanted no questions, right? But I'm just giving y'all a perspective of Adam's mindset of capitalize. If I have this GD rapper from Chicago who makes drill music, I need to ask you some controversial things about your ops, people that you have beef with. Hence, the biggest rap star in the world, Lil Durk. I need to know what your beef is, conversations y'all have had, all those things, because that's going to boost the views, the ratings, it's going to boost my stock. So I get it from a business aspect, but I understand Van Lathan giving it from a Black man's point of view of why are you creating this tension and beef within our community. I get that. So I think you got to see both sides, because Adam could care. I think Adam is just a capitalist. He's just a capitalist and opportunist. So
I just said, like, all right, you could just drive back to Vegas and not do this interview, because Lil Durk, one of the biggest rappers, definitely the biggest rapper of Chicago, but one of the biggest rappers in America, had just done Academics' podcast, one of the bigger hip hop podcasts. And in that, one of the premier questions that got clipped and put on Act's YouTube channel was, why, or how did you feel about Kanye doing this album and putting you and Ruga on the same thing, inviting you to the same party, the same show, etc. And Lil Durk had like a pretty involved answer where he actually acknowledged Ruga by name for, I think, maybe the first time ever, or at least for in many, many years. And to me, that was just an obvious question I had to ask Ruga. And we actually had a pretty decent conversation about that, because that is just like the most obvious thing that you would ever ask Ruga. And even Ak hit me up after, like, laughing, saying, like, did Ruga seriously think you weren't going to ask that question? Because he said that he would have based the entire interview around that question, because it's such an obvious question. So my thing is, like, if you're going to be someone like Ruga, who literally is dissing Lil Durk's friends and family members on every single song, I mean, not every song, but probably more than 50% of the songs, you can't seriously think that you're going to come in and do an interview and not get asked about the most high-profile rapper from Chicago.
He's kind of right, but morally wrong. Business right, moral wrong. So,
who just discussed you at length on another very, very big hip-hop podcast. Now, the thing that I fucked up is that Ruga pulled me aside and had that conversation with me of saying, like, I don't know if I really like that episode. But his reason for saying that he didn't like it was he just said he felt like maybe his energy wasn't on point. He didn't say, you asked me too many op-related questions. That narrative started later. Now, what I should have said in that moment was like, okay, I'm going to hit you back because I thought that it was a really good interview and I think that we should drop it. What I did instead was I forgot and I just dropped it anyway, because to me, I like the interview was good and there was just almost nothing that narrative, the op narrative, that caught me by surprise. Adam, he didn't say that to me beforehand. And when you watch it, I barely asked him about anything. It would not have even made sense for him to say that was the reason he didn't want it to drop.
So listen, this is why it's the white devil Adam 22 right now. This is why. What you just gave right there is a completely salient, like obviously
logical response.
Mm-hmm. But you left some things out.
You know what we call that? We call that standing on business.
There you go. Standing on business. Standing on business. Look at you now.
See, standing on business.
Standing on business now.
Standing on business.
Okay. So let me tell you. On it. Let me ask you a question.
Stood on it.
Did Ruger
gangster
prior to the interview tell you that he didn't want to talk about that? Yes or no?
He did briefly say that.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't. I had 10 op-related questions that I did not ask him because he said that. But the Lil Durk one was like, you got to ask that one.
But hold on, though. So that's the thing. The thing is this. Everything that you just said, as somebody who interviews people all the time, people in media, nobody's going to disagree with you. Mm-hmm. That's like, you know how many interviews have been pitched to me and somebody has said either it be a label.
No media person or interviewer is going to be mad at Adam from the business aspect and media aspect, because that's a great question. You've had previous beef with the biggest artist in the world, or one of them. Of course, people want to know.
Label person or a PR person, hey, don't ask about this. And I'll say, okay, well, I don't need to have this person on. Mm-hmm. Like if I can't ask about that, if you're going to come on here and I can't ask about that, I don't need to have this person on. Mm-hmm. Gets a little devilish when you say that you won't do it, and then you get them on the camera and you ask them about it anyway.
He did not specifically say he didn't want to talk about that. He just said
that's what he says.
And he's a liar. He did not say that he wanted me to do an interview that was entirely free of any beef-related questions. He just said that he didn't want to make the whole interview like that. So for anyone, I challenge everybody watching this to go watch it and tell me if you think that was an overtly beef-based interview. So, it might have been the interview, the least beef-related interview that Ruga has ever done in his life. In fact, I would bet money that it was the least beef-related, op-related interview he's ever done in his life.
So if you're saying straight up that he's lying, and that's a different thing.
He might actually have a point.
He says, hey, I didn't want, so there's 2 points. He says, hey, didn't want to talk about any beef. Then he says,
he never said he didn't want to talk about any beef. He just said, I don't want to do a ton of those questions. Okay. So I asked him about the most mainstream, well-known beef that he has addressed 10,000 times in songs.
After that, you conveniently forgot.
Right.
That's not even halfway horns. It's like 5-inch horns.
I should have called him and told him, yo, I'm dropping it anyway.
Okay. What's with
same end result?
What's with the new bravado? You feel different? You feel different.
Yeah.
You feel different, right? Because you out here talking your shit.
I know who feel different. You know what I'm saying? I know him and his girl feeling different. Him and his wife feeling different. Definitely her.
Telling people to slide. Mm-hmm. You doing all of that?
Because you go through this time period in your life where you're listening to rap music and you're hearing all these dudes talk about what they're going to do, etc. And I kind of had this epiphany. All I got to do is call their bluff. And they're not going to do anything. So I called multiple bluffs. And
all right, Adam, you playing a dangerous game, buddy. You playing a dangerous game, Adam. That is dangerous. I know a lot of these guys be fabricating in line. I get it. I get what you're saying. But all of them ain't lying. All of these dudes ain't lying. Some of these dudes done probably killed people. I'm just saying, everybody ain't lying at them.
I raked the chips in. I'm a poker player. I raked the chips in because the reality is that these are logical entities out here who, for the most part, behave logically. And there is not enough insanity lurking around in their brain for them to come do something physically to me. Now, if they would like to, I'm here.
they're going to.
Sure.
Come
do it. Sure.
What I'm saying is, the more you invite that, the more that energy gets invited, the more it's not even gonna be one of those guys. If you make yourself a trophy, somebody's gonna compete for you.
Well, here I am, standing on business, Van. I ain't worried about that shit. Motherfuckers is all talk.
Look at this.
They
are.
I'm big Adam Deuce.
Adam, what? And by the
and
way,
then they run and hide their hands after they fucking after I call the bluff. It's like, oh well, we're not gonna. Nobody's want to risk their freedom. Nobody's gonna do anything. Okay, I'm not even talking about Ruger right now. I'm just talking in general.
Well, not even Ruger,
right? Yeah.
But because I've just seen you, like, it just seems like you're running around with a different type of battery in your back right now.
It's not even a battery that's in my back. If there is a battery, if there was any software installed in me, it's just realizing like you have nothing to be worried about.
Right, because everybody's pussy.
I'm not saying everybody's pussy. For sure, there's some real ones out there.
Yeah,
I just don't know that I'm beefing with them.
You don't think who are you beefing with?
I don't know.
I don't know about that, Adam. It's a lot of dangerous people out here. Yeah, a lot of them is soft and pussy, but a lot of them ain't. Some of them ain't. So. Y'all got the video, man. Van Lathan. He gave him some good questions. He really pressed them and really put forth some yo, why do you do this? Why do you do that? How did you do that? How did he really gave him some press back. So great interview. I'm gonna have to check out this whole interview, but I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, man, so we can get in this algorithm and we could really turn up, man, go crazy out here. But like I said, man, ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. Enjoy y'all day. Stay positive. Peace.